What's going on, everybody? And welcome to J Sports Seattle. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Seahawks. I'm just be going over the game that happened on Thursday, just kind of preview the roster going moving forward, and just to kind of talk about next week as well against the Chiefs. So if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. And without further ado, let's get on to the video. All right, so yeah. First preseason game happened. I wasn't able to get to a preview of the game, but I mean, I didn't really need to. I feel like because it is preseason, but it would have been nice to kind of go over some points. But I will be. Let's see, hold up. I kind of want the box score. There we go. So firstly, I want to talk about just how it went. Before I kind of dive into the stuff that I have up on the screen, it was a great game, to be honest, from both teams, mainly from the Seahawks, because we rested our starters, and not a single starter played. It was second through fifth stringers, potentially sixth stringers. Those guys, not a single starter played, and we stifled a lot of their starters, their first stringers. So, I mean, the first half was all ours, and the second half we put in third, fourth, fifth stringers, and then obviously that becomes a more even playing field for either side. So, but like the first half, we came guns blazing. Drew Lock, he had that interception on the opening drive, but he bounced back, had that kind of sidearm throw, to I think it was it Derek Young, and then he had that touchdown pass to Torrey Horton. And granted, Torrey Horton made a great hustle play right there, and trying to out breaking tackles and stuff. But Drew Lock had a decent game. It was against the Raiders' first stringers too. I want to give a shout out to the O-line. Obviously, it's preseason, but like our second stringers stifled the first stringers D-line. Like second string O-line stifled the first string D-line for the Raiders, which was nice. Robbie Oots had an amazing game. Gray Zabel had a terrific debut. Going up against Max Crosby and their first string D linemen, just absolutely just not allowing them to get to Lock. We did not allow a sack at all until that Jalen Milroe sack on the final, on the Seahawks' final offensive drive. So, like that's really great to see. That's really promising, especially since the Raiders' D-line isn't really a slouch D-line. They got Max Crosby. That alone makes their D-line somewhat good. So, obviously, it was for like one or two drives, but like it was that's a really good sign to see from our O-line to start off, even if it is preseason. But I mean, yeah, Abe Lucas apparently had a really good game. Yeah, he did have a great game as well. He also didn't allow a sack. But this is what I want to bring up from Baldy. It's going to be good when Baldy is making a video on it. So this is about Zabel. Here he is right here.
Gray Zabel out of North Dakota State. And boy, what a debut he had.
Look at that. Look at that joint block, and then he takes that block off, and
like he is a pit bull. He just stays on you until
obviously I feel like
you hit the ground, and then
I feel like the running back. I think that was Holani. I feel like he could have cut up. There was a hole that he could have easily cut up.
Once the sixth pick in the draft, like once he sticks to you, he doesn't get off you. Like
let me go back.
He's a pit bull. What a day he had.
There was a hole he could have, and that was because of Zabel. Right here, this is a running lane right here. That's a wide open lane. That dude could have gotten 6. Like that could have been a first down right there. But he didn't read that. But that was caused by Zabel. He has a hole right in the middle right there.
Like this is.
I mean, it even got bigger. I mean, like look at how big that hole is. That's a massive hole right there, in the D line, and he could have easily gone and gotten many yards off of that, but he didn't see it in time. But that was because of Zabel.
Like he is a pit bull. He just stays on.
That's just great to see.
You hit the ground, and then
especially from your first snaps in the NFL, even if it is preseason. So this is a pass play I see.
Once the sixth pick in the draft, like once he sticks to you,
I mean, he's not letting him go anywhere. I mean,
right? Pick any play.
He's going toe for toe, blow for blow. Like, look at that. His hand fighting is great. His stance is good.
flat pocket. You go, okay, how long do you need?
There he is right there.
Do you need 3 seconds? Do you need 4 seconds?
This is a first stringer right here, by the way. I don't remember his name, but he's a first string D lineman, and he's giving him the work. Look at that.
Like, here he is.
Like look at what he is doing to that guy right there. He's giving him so much time in the pocket. Obviously, he lets go a bit, but that's solid 3-4 seconds of protection.
Right? He just wires his guys up.
Look at that. He made him stumble. Like
Adam Butler is a good player, real good player.
That's just really good to see. That's really great to see. It gave Locke all day in the pocket. That was a massive issue last year with the interior O-line. So this dude if this is how this dude's going to perform, and this is like a little glimpse of how he will be in, when regular season games come around, that'll be great. So he only played a few drives before he got pulled, because he's good. He's projected to be a first stringer on that offensive line. So apparently Sundell and Bradford did not do well. Right guard has been an absolute abomination the past few seasons, and Anthony Bradford is I think he might be a bust. I think Jalen Sundell, I can't really call him a bust because he was an undrafted free agent. So the fact that he's even fighting for a spot at right guard is actually really good, especially since this is his second year. But Anthony Bradford, he might end up being a bust in my opinion, because he has not shown improvement, and clearly, obviously it's still preseason, but like, you're going up against first and second stringers, and you're not doing well. So we'll see what happens. But I'm really happy to see. I'm really happy at what I'm seeing from Zabel, and from what I'm hearing about Abe Lucas, who is on a contract year and I think is primed to have a great year. That's really great to see. Moving on, I got to talk about Milroe, man, and he impressed me. I'm sure he impressed the coaches. He impressed Bump. Like, I think Milroe, with time, is going to be a good quarterback in this league. So I'm going to go over a few plays that he made that just really caught my attention. Firstly, is this running play here at the end of the fourth quarter. Like, holy moly! Hold up. See that? Obviously, this is a read option. Sorry, that's loud. I'm gonna turn that off. Obviously, this is a read option right here, and look at how long he held the ball before he took it and went on the outside. And just given how quick he is, he had the entire defense fooled on that. And that is really great to see from your quarterback right there. And like I said, if this dude gets his arm underway, and this dude gets his short to intermediate passing on lock, this dude is going to be a threat in the league 100%. This is what the Eagles did with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was, really great with his legs, but really wasn't great with his accuracy. But he worked on it, and look at where he is now. Obviously, he has a great team around him, but that's exactly what we're going to do with Milroe. Surround him with a bunch of key players and let him improve naturally. Simple as that. That's really great to see from Milroe right there. I mean, he absolutely, like I said, he held that ball. He held onto that ball very long. Because that right there shows that it was a true read option. That was Milroe's decision right there, last second, to take that ball and go run like 20 plus yards right there. So that is really great to see, and a really promising sign from our quarterback that we drafted. And even this even got the attention of Kurt Benkert, a former NFL quarterback, and he does analysis and he's well known for it. So you got to take this with a grain of salt, obviously, but that's hearing that from a former NFL quarterback himself. That's got to mean something. So this play right here really impressed me, and I'm sure this impressed you guys too. This is under center bootleg, and I mean on the run, perfect strike down the middle.
Throwing on the run.
Kept his eyes downfield. Look at his speed. Look at how quick look how quick the corner he took.
Look at the eyes.
Like, that was very quick right there. And that throw, like I said, brought him in. And here's that running play that I mentioned earlier. And then here's another one that I'm surprised is not being talked about more. This throw right here. This throw right here is wow. Like, he's showing that he's really improved. at the start since the start of training camp, and that this dude is on his way. I think he's gonna pass Locke at some point this season at QB2. Because look at this throw right here. This was in the fourth quarter. He's trying to get a comeback. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at that dot. I mean, look at that window he had to throw that into, and that was a first down. I mean, obviously, granted, he had time in the pocket, but that's what happens when you give a quarterback time in the pocket. And he actually did throw that ball quick too. That was a dart, and that's just really good to see from Miller right there. And yeah, just like this dude said right here, that's the one that made me sit up straight. Because man, he's starting off like this. That is crazy. I'm gonna go over to the box score and kind of just go over some stuff. Obviously, Locke, he had that interception, but he did have that touchdown, so I give him a good game. Let's see. George Holani, he had a monster game. 7 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. He had 3 carries of 30 or more yards or 20 or more yards, which is insane. And I think that this dude has more than earned his right to be running back 3 now that Kenny McIntosh is out. And I'm hoping that Mike realizes that too. I think he does. Obviously, we're going to see what he's probably going to play in the second preseason game. But if he's out here getting 60, 70 yards again, I think he's more than done enough to lock up that spot, the running back RB3 spot. So that's what I like to see. Jacardia Wright, he also had a good game. He had that touchdown in the end. Damian Martinez, he did not impress me. Maybe it was first game jitters, but he just did not look explosive. He looked nervous at the line. I'm hoping that can change because I do have high hopes for him, and I think he can be good. But he did not have a good start to his NFL career, albeit it is preseason. But overall, 170 yards on the ground, 5.3 carry as a team, 2 touchdowns. I'm hoping. See, this is what we want to see. Obviously, like I said, this is preseason, so you got to take this with a grain of salt. But if this is what this team can do on the ground with a new and improved O-line, putting up 120, 130 rushing yards a game, we're going to be much better as a team, and it'll alleviate pressure off Sam Darnold for this season, and in the future for Jalen Milroe. And I got to give a shout out to this man right here, Torrey Horton. It's I think less than a year after coming off a pretty gruesome knee injury, and this dude is making a case to be wide receiver 3. He could potentially replace Tyler Lockett, and I don't say that lightly. This dude has impressed so much throughout training camp, and he continues to impress throughout the preseason. That touchdown catch that he received from Drew Lock, and he broke 2 or 3 tackles. That's what we want to see right there, and I do believe that he will. I think he'll be good, and I think he is earning his right to be wide receiver 3. If not wide receiver 3, at least kick returning duties, and may have a roster spot. So that's really good to see. Going over to the defense, that's Drew Lock. The Las Vegas defense kind of forced a fumble, albeit that was Drew Lock's fault because even though it was a wild snap from I think Sundell, Lock could have caught that. So, oh my goodness, Nehemiah Pritchett, he had a great game. He had an interception. He had 4 solo tackles. He had 2 pass deflections. Tyreek Smith had a good game in my opinion. He had a QB hit. He had a bunch of pressures. Connor O'Toole had a good game. He had a sack. Brandon Peely and Quentin Bohanna, I believe, had provided great presence on that as a nose tackle. Josh Jobe had that pick, albeit he did get cooked later on in the game, but he had that pick. Nick Emmanwori had that solid tackle. He had that tackle for loss. He did look to grimace at the end of that play, but it looks like he was or not tackle for loss, but he had that stuff at the line of scrimmage. I hope he's good though because he was wincing a bit, but it seemed like it was nothing. It seemed like it was nothing major. Overall, the defense, the second and third string defense played great. The fourth and fifth stringers did not do well, especially Isis Waxter. He got caught on that double. He got caught on that double move, and he got cooked there. And I don't think he's going to make the roster, which is fine. This is what the preseason is for. It's to read out the people who is either good enough to make the practice squad or even the roster, and the people who are going to be looking for another job when the regular season comes around. That's what it's for. I also want to give a shout out to Drake Thomas. I think he played a good game at middle linebacker. Overall, that first team, that first half, the defense was cooking, and it's because players like Drake Thomas and Quentin Bohanna, Jarek Reed, Jared Ivey, I believe, was on the second team. Like he did good. So Mike Morris, like these guys showed up and showed out. So that's what I like to see. Overall, I believe this is, obviously, like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it is the preseason, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. But you can point out some of the positives and hope that it translates to the regular season, like Zabel, like Horton. Arroyo had a couple catches and was good in blocking for the run game. Robbie Oots had a good debut in terms of blocking, and I think he caught that one pass for a first down. And Minori had that line of scrimmage stuff. Like we had some people that we're hoping that they'll help us take the next step, showing up and showing out in the preseason, and we just got to hope that they can continue to do that. Can you do it can you do it next week against the Chiefs? Can you do it against the Packers the week afterwards? Earn that right to be on the roster, and I believe a lot of these guys are doing a great job. So this is what I like to see, and I'm really happy to see what happens. I know we won't get the 53-man roster until after the final preseason game. They don't do it to where they cut it down to like I think 70 or like something like that, and then 60, and then finally 53. I don't think they do that anymore. So. But I'm excited to see what happens, and yeah, this is great to see. I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm excited to see more of Milroe because that dude he definitely impressed, and I saw some good things from him. Obviously there's some things he's got to fix. And Mike said that himself, but like he definitely he did well in his debut in my opinion. So given that he was playing with fourth and fifth stringers, people that are not going to be there on the team next month, that's what I like to see. So. Yeah, but I think that's all I have for this video. I'm probably going to make a Mariners video soon. The Astros lost today, so the Mariners are only one game back. But must win today against the Rays. I'll probably make a video either later today or tomorrow or sometime, whenever I get a chance. But if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day. And go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken.